Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight I've got a ridiculous game. It might be my best game I've ever had in the Conqueror. And I know that's saying something because I've had some pretty good ones. But I'm pretty confident that this is my best game so far in the Conqueror. So hopefully you guys are ready. But before we get into the match, you guys know the deal. We are on the path to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So, if you're not already subscribed and you enjoy what I do, go ahead, punch that subscribe button, be a part of something great. And if at any point in this match you guys feel that I did a good job, go ahead and punch that thumbs up for me as well. It does help the channel quite a bit, lets YouTube know that this channel is the place to be. Now, with all of that being said, we're taking the Conqueror out. Now, you might notice that I've been on a bit of a legendary kick here the last couple of games, the last couple of days, but it's been fun. I don't play legendary tier all the time. I like to jump in occasionally and go for a romp. But, yeah. Today, I was trying to get a specific video. I was like, I either want a GK video or a Conqueror video. Or potentially a Des Moines video. All three of those ships. It's been a little while since we got a good video in them. So I just wanted to jump in the ships, get a good video out there for you guys. And the first one, I honestly, I was on one heck of a romp in the Des Moines in a small lobby, right? Had a bunch of fun. Got to bully a Bourgogne because Bourgogne 15-inch guns don't overmatch my Des Moines, so I just got to sit there, bow in, and burn him to the ground. It was great. Got to bully some Yamis. It was beautiful. And then RNGesus said, "Screw you, Spartan. You've had too much fun." 123,000 damage in, with plenty more to go. As I was starting to Citadel Yamato, he fires one turret. I am not exaggerating. One turret. It was the worst dispersion you've ever seen. The shells spread out so far, and he still full health dev struck me with one turret because I don't get the benefit of the doubt with overpins. Needless to say, I was slightly salty, and my neighbors may have probably been upset with me because it's kind of late. But oh my god, dude, it was perfect. I was annihilating the entire lobby with Des Moines. It was beautiful. Everybody was playing like a doofus, and then that guy gets the salvo of dreams. I'm not joking when I say I was full health. I was full health, and the man dev struck me with one turret from a Yamato. That's bullshit. How many times you dev strike anybody with a single turret? I can't think of any. I've dev struck people with the front guns, like if you shoot two turrets, but I've never, at least not that I remember, dev struck anybody from full health with a single turret. I've gotten some nasty hits, like not too long ago in the Alabama when we like double citadeled the cruiser, but we didn't kill him, did we? But nah. Anyway, so with all of that, like you could tell how this game was gonna go, right? Like this was a revenge game. I was salty, but I was also locked in. Alright, there's a difference. Sometimes I get salty and it just steamrolls downhill. You guys that have watched me stream know this. There are some streams where once I start down the salt path, like it just steamrolls, picks up momentum, and mothers are running to hide their children because, good lord, the stuff that's coming out of my mouth just shouldn't be heard by young ears. And then there's the Spartan that gets locked in and just stops talking. There's no upsetness. There's just focus on the task at hand. And this is what happens when that happens. I go from being an above-average player to being somebody you should probably pay attention to and remove quickly. Otherwise, I'm going to carry my team to a victory, and there's not much you can do about it. Now, I've always said that I'm not the best in this game. I know that. I'm not the greatest player ever. I've never claimed to be. I'm above average at best. But the skill gap between an above-average player, like I consider myself, and the average player that is World of Warships Legends player base is pretty significant. This Conqueror, for instance, he has one goal in mind, and that is to kill our Shima. That is a great goal to have, but you probably should pay attention to the fact that you're literally sailing point-blank up in front of a god-darn Conqueror. So this guy actually darn near gets me removed here. I want him dead because obviously, Destroyer this close, you're not going to get many opportunities without dying. So getting him out of the game is paramount. And we have taken all of his health. We've forgot to use our secondary booster, not going to lie. Kind of screwed the pooch on that one. You can see by the time I do use it, it's a little late. But we've taken a lot of health and damage because we went broadside to their whole team because we have to. We want to get this man out of here. Didn't quite lead him on that salvo, but fortunately for us, Shadow Ninja in the Conqueror next to us managed to finish him off. Now, you may have noticed that there is a enemy Mino out here. Minos are one of the most terrifying things for a Conqueror to fight, because it doesn't seem to matter what angle that thing hits you, it will pin. So you can see I am trying desperately to survive, because we're 13 seconds away from a super heal, and look how much health we can heal back. But once I realize I'm not going to go dark, I have to continue to shoot, and I'm going to continue dodging until we get that heal back, and then suddenly things change. So there we go. Heal is back, and watch my health climb. It's not just a little chunk of health here and there. No, it's giant chunks of health that get rebuilt immediately. And then, of course, we jump back up and we take a nasty hit from the Yami, but that's fine because we've done enough to prolong this fight. And this is the problem with the Conqueror. All right, if you refuse to kill it, if you fail to kill a Conqueror, it's going to be an absolute menace for your team. Case in point, the Conqueror behind me. He has no reason to be broadside to the enemy team right now, but is. Me, I got punished for going broadside to try to kill the Destroyer. So, there is a difference between what I did and what he did. Now, that being said, he's also not doing a very good job of avoiding damage, and I'm taking this moment in time to try to turn in and get shots on enemy Palmer. But notice I beach, and I'm broadside. Do I fire my guns? No, I could, but I'm not going to until I start to reverse and get angled. Once I'm in a situation where I'm getting angled, then I will go ahead and fire the guns. And the reason being is I don't want to be just sitting flat broadside and let everybody take shots at me. Now here we get the fires on the Palmer. We're going to go ahead and try to spread the love elsewhere. Now you might be wondering, Spartan, I haven't seen you fire AP yet. Don't worry, there's going to be plenty of AP in this fight too. But we just haven't had the right opportunities. And 90% of the time in the Conqueror, you don't need AP. Yes, it's there. Yes, it's very good when you need it. But most of the time, you don't need to. You're going to do a gajillion damage and set fires with AG, so why bother most of the time? Now, obviously, if you get a broadside target, then absolutely load up the AP and annihilate, because Conqueror will absolutely annihilate. It is deadly accurate, and so if you get a freaking broadside with AP, it's a nasty hit. But what you're gonna see next is textbook. Watch what I'm gonna do. What have I always tried to tell you guys when it comes to taking on multiple opponents? Taking on multiple opponents, you have to try to limit who can shoot you, right? So watch what I'm doing. I'm focusing the Palmer to try to get rid of him. We aim high, trying to get that upper side plating and superstructure. We get the fire. This guy's gonna go down. Like that's a guarantee. Like he's done, right? But he manages to put the fire out at the last second, and then it's gonna come down to the guy behind me in the GK finishing him off. Now, the Mino out here is still trying to shoot us. We have the Savetsky Suyas, who we've already gotten to damage con a few times. So if we can get some fires on him, there's a good chance that any fire going forward will be permanent, because he only has a limited number of damage cons. Notice the positioning of the Mino going back behind the island. Notice the positioning of all the battleships going behind the island. Notice the positioning of the battleship in the distance that is behind the island. So, do you see where I'm turning here? I'm not firing at the Mino because I know the Mino's fully capable of pinning me at pretty much any angle. So we are setting up a shot on the Conqueror. We're going to try to get the first shot over the top of the island so that we're not detected right away. The Mino went back behind the island, so we didn't get detected. We get the first shot out, and it is devastating. Absolutely devastating. 16,000 damage and a fire with AG, right? But that triggers a damage con. So rather than load AP, even though the guy is giving up a pretty juicy broadside, I'm going to keep the HE in. We're going to aim higher than usual. We don't want to hit the belt if we can avoid it. We want to hit the squishier parts of the armor, and another devastating hit and a permanent fire. This one was actually more devastating. 8 full pins with the HE, and we get the permanent fire. So he's pretty much toast at this point, unless he somehow pulls out a super heal out of his back pocket, which we all know is possible. We've seen it. So, yeah, as you can see, he gets chunked again, and then he's going to get finished off by the Stalingrad. Now, keep in mind, we've had 2 kills that we were going to get because of permanent fires yoinked away from us. Well, one of them wasn't a permanent fire. He ended up putting it out at the last second. But you can see here we did switch to the AP, anticipating the shots on this Mino. And first shot, I thought he would freak out and go forward, so I placed the shot ahead of him. He didn't. He stopped. Then I took the shot as he stopped, and that one was the one where he decided to go forward. But notice I'm not worried about him. I go around the corner. I've got a juicy look at a Sovietsky Soyuz, and I'll be honest, I even was not expecting that Citadel. I figure a good penetration maybe, but at the angle he was at, wasn't expecting Citadel. But we do manage to get it, taking him down. That's 236,000 damage already. I know, crazy. Y'all thought I was joking. No, this is juicy, and we ain't done yet. We got a Burgone here. Now look at the Burgone just sitting here just like, I think I'm safe. You're not safe. And he's fortunate that these shells chunked the island on the way by, and then the rest hit the water. We only hit him with 2 shells out of 6 guns. That's real unfortunate. But what that's going to do is force him to come out from behind his island. You'll see that the GK behind me actually like hits him for like next to nothing. I think it's secondaries hitting him or something. But that forces him forward, and of course I'm right here to take advantage. But rather than shooting his armor, we aim a little bit higher. That's going to guarantee the pins through the side plating, and down he goes as well, giving us our second kill, and we're up to 248,000 damage. Now this game is very close. I'm very low health. I never want to leave the game in my teammates' hands when it's this close. You know what I'm saying? So rather than trying to go out there and try to find and kill the rest of these guys, I decided to go back into the base, play for the win, right? Play the objectives, guarantee the win. That way, if I do go down, the likelihood that we lose, considering my GK that's in the back of the map this entire time, is full health. The likelihood that he dies to a Mino and a, I think it's an Elbing, in the short amount of time that's left, is slim and none. Now, you can see this Mino's not an idiot. This guy has played a pretty solid game, and you're going to see his results at the end of the game, and you'll be like, okay, yeah, he did play a pretty good game. But dude's not an idiot. He knows that if I get a chance, he's going to be toast. And I do have AP loaded, and at this point, the goal is, if that guy gets spotted again, we Citadel and kill him. That's the obvious choice. So we're keeping the AP loaded. The Elbing that's left, we're going to see in just a moment, doesn't have much in terms of health at all. But watch what our team does here. Our destroyer's staying in a position where he can spot for us, which is huge. You can see I do have a look at this Mino. I take the shot. Mino's already turning in towards me. I didn't catch that at the time. So this shot, which could have been an absolute unit, ends up not being as good. We only hit him with 1 shell. Now, Elbing here, you can see I'm actually turning to try to keep the guns on target. Remember, we run Big 7, so our turning traverse on our turrets is terrible. Now, I'm still, like, I'm expecting our destroyer to kill the Elbing, but Destroyer decides to smoke up. He's getting shot by the Elbing and the Mino, so good play by him. Break contact, survive if you can. We take the shot on the Elbing, and we manage to finish him off. And now, all that's left is a Mino. This Mino knows that if he gets into a situation where he has any chance to shoot at us, he's done. Like, he's not going to be able to survive against all of us. GK is actually firing HE at him, which is real unfortunate because he does manage to hit him. And then our Daring ends up dying to the Mino, which I don't know exactly how that happened. I don't know if he fired his guns at the guy or what, but he definitely shouldn't have died there. He broke contact, he did the right thing, and then he went full potato mode and got himself killed at the end. I'm not sure how he did it, to be honest. But this game, unfortunately, is over. I mean, yeah, there's still a minute left, but look at the score difference. We have the win. Even if the Mino starts dacking us, by the time the shells get to us, I don't think he would have enough time. Plus, I'm not going to sit broadside. I don't think he would have enough time to kill me, let alone the GK. So there's no chance this guy wins. He ends up staying in the cap, getting the cap. I'm going to try to bait him out here. I'm not going to lie. I was feeling pretty good. I'm like, it's a Mino. I know what's possible. And you see, he does actually fire back at us, but he does so right as he's going around the island. You see I went dark? And watch the shells incoming. Like, he does fire at us, but he fired as he was going behind the island, so the shells, A, take forever to get here, and B, like, I couldn't see him. So, it is unfortunate, but you can see, once again, I was hoping that he, like, doubled back and that he would want to try to fight here. Now that he got the cap, there's no reason to not, you know, not die. But, yeah. Anyway, he does it. He stays behind the island. He plays it, you know, kind of pansy-ish. I would have loved him to come out, make this a little bit more fun, but it is what it is. 15 fires, though. We did get a Citadel. We got to use some of that AP. We got 86 hits on target, and we got an assist cap. We got the Confederate, we got the High Cal, and we're going to pick up Dreadnought as well, I believe, because, you know, Conqueror. It's like literally a Dreadnought printer. Confederate Witherer High Cal, and you know, all the things. So let me know what you guys think. 3,655 base XP. That's what I'm saying. I think this was my best Conqueror game ever, and we carried our pants off in that one. So if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you punch that like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.